2011, a 5-year-old set his baby sister's bed on fire using a cigarette lighter, killing her and destroying his home. According to the boy's mom, he got the idea from MTV characters Beavis and Butthead, who play with fire and say things like, "Fire is cool," according to the Stay Free magazine. Good morning, fellow classmates and Mr. Redican. My name is Veronica and today my partner Nikki Dion and I are proud to present the affirmative side in today's debate, resolve that the U.S. federal government should enact a plan to restrict children's television programming. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines to restrict as to confine within bounds or to limit. Nikki and I have set our plan to be applicable to children up to the age of 14. Television has been an important part of family life since the 1950s, especially in families with children, and continues to occupy a larger portion of young people's free time. During the first decades of television, most families had only one television set, and programs were targeted for the entire family rather than a certain age group. But as the popularity of television increased and the price of television sets decreased, children now have access to more TV, with more TV shows targeted at especially the younger age group. Children's television is extremely harmful, and currently no forced restrictions have been placed on limiting the amount of television that is exposed to the fragile minds of kids. Neither has the government attempted to educate parents on the content of certain television networks. This needs to change, and although the negative side will attempt to tell you that television can positively affect the undeveloped minds of American children, I am sure to persuade you otherwise. The American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry reveals that children watch approximately 28 hours of television a week. This is more time than they spend in school, and that the typical American child will view more than 200,000 acts of violence, including more than 16,000 murders, before they turn 18. Children's programming, particularly cartoons, displays up to 20 violent acts hourly, or a violent act every 3 minutes. Not only does TV negatively influence children's health, but watching too much can harmfully affect cognitive skills, and parents are completely oblivious to this matter. I believe it is agreeable that the mental health of all American children is by far more important than hours of recreational television. The negative side may argue that some television shows can be educational, but it is obvious to me that most kids would prefer an episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over something as unsatisfying as Elmo. It's not the children's fault, it's simply their natural mindset, but it is the government's job to provide a way to educate parents on what is being watched and limit the amount being watched in order to contain children's mental stability when especially young. The American Academy of Pediatrics states, extensive research evidence indicates that media violence can contribute to aggressive behavior, desensitization to violence, nightmares, and fear of being harmed. Furthermore, children's television can negatively impact a child's cognitive skills. The Seattle Times shares with us that television viewing by children younger than 3 can damage their reading comprehension and short-term memory. And no, negative may not say that certain educational shows can help children learn fundamental information, because this statistic implies television viewing of any kind, not just recreational. Any logical parent would agree that comprehension and memory skills are crucial to a child's mind. Dora the Explorer, not so much. Dr. Matthew Dumont of the Harvard Medical School also suggested that the rapid changes of TV sounds and images may stimulate a child to mimic that dynamic behavior. That is, what we call ADHD, may simply result from the child subconsciously copying the frenetic pace of TV programs. Lastly, parents are not monitoring what children are seeing on TV, nor the amount of time spent on watching TV. As adults, parents overlook what they see their children viewing on screen and do not understand either the meaning behind what is said or done or the way it can affect their kids. And not only is mental health an issue at hand, but physical health is just as important. Parents ignore the insane amount of time spent sabotaging their own kids' lives. The average child in the U.S. regularly watches between 2 to 3 hours of television a day, which can contribute to childhood obesity, according to ScienceDaily.com. And many children have a television set in their bedroom. Children are left inactive while they are watching television, and not to mention they often snack on unhealthy food choices. Our plan, which Nikki will elaborate on, mandates a program in which anyone with a TV must follow by. Because parents are so oblivious as to the explicitness of certain shows, our program will help expose the reality of TV shows to parents, and based off of that, parents will be able to choose what's what their kids see and how much of it they see, helping parents do their job. To conclude, not only does TV negatively influence children's health, but watching too much can also harmfully affect cognitive skills, and parents are completely oblivious to this matter. Thus, it is the government's job to provide a plan that helps parents restrict what their kids are exposed to. If we do not change the current status quo, the behavior, education, and overall well-being of American children will change for the worse. Vote affirmative. Thank you.